Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today I got for you the second review of the brand new leaders to hit Godzilla Battleline in November of 2022. Or actually, are we in December? We are in December, so December of 2022, it's December 2nd, DESGHIDORah. Yesterday we talked about Ghidorah, today we're talking about DESGHIDORah. Let's break it down. I got all the stats above me, got a nice little picture of him on the right, I got all the gameplay in the middle. Let's break it down. Let's look at this ability first. Probably the funniest of the ability names is Strong, Violent, Advancing Thunderquake. Ridiculous name. Energy costs 1. Cooldown is 150 seconds. Deals burn and 150 damage in a fan shape and doubles own recovery rate, or cost recovery rate, so your energy increase, for 5 seconds. Listen, this ability is better than the Ghidorah one for sure. So what energy do you get out of this? So for 5 seconds, I believe you are generating 2 to 3 energy. It'll play in this video and we'll look it over again. But I believe you're generating 2 to 3 energy, and then by the time the ability runs out, you're on your way to generating the 4th. I can't remember if it's 3 energy that you generate with the ability, then the 4th one is about to be generated when the ability ends, and if you're only generating 2, then the 3rd one is. So you get the idea. We'll take a look at it in the video. You'll see it. Do I like it? I do. I like the cost is 1. For 1 energy, you're basically getting back, you're basically going up plus 2 energy, right? It would be different if we were, spending 3 energy for this and we were making back 3 energy. It'd be like a net, not really a net gain, net positive, net negative. It'd just be like kind of like neutral. To spend 1 to gain 3 to 4, that's pretty good. I mean, you're going to get it a lot quicker than you would normally. So the cost to the amount of energy gained, I like a lot. The cooldown is a little bit long. It's 150 seconds. I mean, I guess you can take that as that's fine because you're doubling the recovery rate for 5 whole seconds, so that's pretty decent. But I want to read to you Mecha King Ghidorah's ability, which is called Machine Hand. It costs 3, and the cooldown is 120 seconds. Deals 350 damage in a fan shape and stuns for 2 seconds, and increases cost recovery speed by 20% for 15 seconds. So with this ability, you're generating like 6 or 7 energy, something like that. You're generating a decent amount of it. DESGHIDORAH's is a much shorter burst of energy that you're getting back with a longer cooldown. The upside is that it costs 1. So for Mecha King Ghidorah, you use 3, you might get a stun off. You generate like 5, 6 maybe, so that's all right. And then for DESGHIDORAH, you generate 3 to 4, or 2 to 4, I should say, and it costs 1. I personally like DESGHIDORAH's better. I like having the quick energy. Mecha King Ghidorah, you gotta wait. You wait a much longer period of time, 15 seconds for all of that energy to build up. DESGHIDORAH is 1 energy, and you can start placing stuff on the field. I like that a lot, actually. I think it's not terrible. I think it's definitely a usable leader ability for sure, in the same way that Mecha King Ghidorah is a usable leader, and his ability is usable. Now, as far as the stats go, right here on my screen, you can see these are the stats for level 17 DESGHIDORAH. That's what my DESGHIDORAH is, level 17. My Mecha King Ghidorah is also level 17, and I'm going to tell you this. They have the exact same stats, literally verbatim. It looks like their stat sheet was literally copy and pasted. The only thing that is different is DESGHIDORAH has a 2.8 attack speed. Mecha King Ghidorah has a 2.7 attack speed. It seems to be that Mecha King Ghidorah and DESGHIDORAH have the same exact stats except for a 0.1 second difference in speed of attack, and that is in favor of Mecha King Ghidorah. And obviously I gotta compare Mecha King Ghidorah to DESGHIDORAH because they're both Ghidorah leaders, the only 2 Ghidorah leaders that we have, and then they're also the only 2 Ghidorahs in the game. Or I guess if you count the regular pre-evolution. There's 3 Ghidorahs, but it doesn't matter. So 2 Ghidorahs, both of them are leaders. And they both have a very similar ability. We obviously got to compare them. We compared Ghidorah to G89, which is the best 3-star leader for sure. And, Mecha King Ghidorah is one of the better 4-star leaders. How does, I guess, the younger Ghidorah brother compare? Decent, right? DESGHIDORAH is running about, you're going to see about the same success with the DESGHIDORAH as you will with Mecha King Ghidorah. I wish DESGHIDORAH's leader range was a little longer. You can see in this video that he didn't hit that Space Godzilla. But he has piercing, so if there's a unit in between, where, DESGHIDORAH's range is, and then a unit that's right outside of it, if that other character is within the range of the piercing will hit him, but DESGHIDORAH is not going to reach for him. If there's a unit to mitigate that, then sure, like Ultraman is going to be out of leader range. But if you have a Kamacuras walk up in front of, or an enemy Kamacuras like walk in front of the Ultraman, and DESGHIDORAH can hit that Kamacuras, that piercing could go back and that could hit that Ultraman. So having piercing is really good. But then you also are comparing him to Mecha King Ghidorah, who has a very wide AoE. And then you have to go, well, do I want piercing in a straight line, or do I want an AoE? At the end of the day, I really do think that it is up to you, the player, to decide that. Listen, this is a good ability. Actually, let's count here. 1, 2, 3. What is that? 4 energy? Almost maybe 5 energy that he's gained back for us. So, listen, that's a really powerful ability. It helped me right there get Batra and Ultraman on the field faster. Right? That's huge. So, getting units on the board is awesome. And in terms of, both of the leaders that we got in this update, both of them get units onto the board faster. DESGHIDORAH does it better than Ghidorah. In terms of the leaders that we've gotten in this update, DESGHIDORAH is the way to go. Ghidorah is not it. The Ghidorah ability is like very well intentioned, but it is not as good as getting that energy up. So the energy gain on DESGHIDORAH is good. The damage on DESGHIDORAH and the health on DESGHIDORAH is fine, right? The health is pretty standard, 4-star health at this level, and the attack is the same as Mecha King Ghidorah, long range, but it's not hitting some of those units that are a little bit out of range, like maybe Ultraman and Ultima. Super X, definitely not going to hit Super X. Definitely not hitting Ultima, but Ultraman, it's not hitting, and has a wide search range. So I like that. And then even the ability itself, having that AoE on a leader ability is always nice, and the burn is pretty solid too. We love the burn effect. Right now, DESGHIDORAH is the only one that has the burn effect, so the fact that they carried that over from his unit onto the leader is also really nice. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here for 10 plus minutes so I could put mid-rolls on here and tell you that, that he's bad or anything. I think that DESGHIDORAH, in terms of leaders, is a pretty solid leader, but I do not think he is one of the best 4-star leaders. We got one of the best 4-star leaders last season, Evangelion Unit 1. Amazing character, right? Amazing leader. DESGHIDORAH is a nice off-meta 4-star leader pick if you want to use a 4-star leader, or you want to use a Ghidorah on your team, but you're not married to using either DESGHIDORAH or Mecha King Ghidorah on your, on the field. Either of them are fine in the leader role. I think that they're pretty equal in terms of leader status, Mecha King Ghidorah and DESGHIDORAH. It just depends on what you want. Do you want a stun and an AoE, or do you want piercing and burn? Do you want your energy over a longer period of time, or do you want to do a quick burst of energy? It really comes down to it, and they're only fractionally different stats-wise. It's literally a 0.1 second difference in their stats. That's it. So, if you're using Mecha King Ghidorah already, you're gonna like DESGHIDORAH. If you haven't used either, Mecha King Ghidorah as your leader, might want to give DESGHIDORAH a shot, see if you like him more. I'm really liking DESGHIDORAH a lot. I think that he's going to be a leader that we'll see a little bit more of going forward, as long as the ability to unlock him becomes a little bit more widespread. At the moment, I don't think he'll see play because of how difficult it is for the average player to get points. Yes, there are players, like I have a level 17 DESGHIDORAH. I'm hardly the player with the highest level DESGHIDORAH. There's a level 41 running around, right? With the pink health. There's a 31 running around. There's a lot of really big DESGHIDORAHs running around. There's in the 20s. There's multiple people where their DESGHIDORAHs are in the 20s. I don't think that, obviously DESGHIDORAH is, he's the exception, he's not the rule. Mecha King Ghidorah is the rule, right? Mecha King Ghidorah is easily accessible, and you can get him very easily, and he's going to be a pretty good pick as a leader early on. DESGHIDORAH, if you're not a long-time player, if you just started, it's going to be a while for you to use him, especially in the higher ranks, because he's going to be a lot lower level. So if they make him more readily available in the same way that Ultraman and Batra is, then I think he'll be pretty viable. I think he's good. I think stats-wise he's good. If you can get him higher up, in the same place as all the other 4-stars you have are, then he's going to be really solid. I just think because it takes you so long to get there, he might not see a ton of play, but those players who have invested in him for months and months, I think can get a lot of mileage out of him. So that's where I'll leave you guys today. Positive feelings all around about DESGHIDORah. Marginally better than Mecha King Ghidorah in some areas, marginally worse. Pretty standard stats and just really cool character, and I'm liking it a lot, and it definitely feels a lot better using him than it does with Ghidorah. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.